Hi cruisers, it's Amanda with Meet Your Cruise Planner, and today we are talking about things a first-time cruiser needs to know. I can pretty much guarantee you will get lost on your first couple days on your cruise. That's actually why I enjoy doing longer sailings, anywhere from 5 to 7 days. 5 will be pretty much the shortest I'll ever do because I don't even know where the main dining room is on the first 2 days. It takes me a little bit of time to get acclimated. So I guarantee you're going to be lost, and take the time to get familiarized with the ship. So take the time to walk around deck by deck and figure out where everything is. It will make your sailing so much more enjoyable. Pack your carry-on embarkation day bag. Cruisers, I cannot say this enough how important it is to have that embarkation day bag. If you know you're going to go to the Lido deck, have your swimsuit and your slippers in your bag. If you have medications, they need to go in your bag. All of your documentation, your passports, birth certificate needs to go in that embarkation day bag. And I always bring a snack and my water bottle. So make sure you have those things in your embarkation day bag. One of the misconceptions I think goes both ways is nothing's included in your cruise, and then other people think everything is included in your cruise. So in your cruise, for your normal standard cruise fare, you will have usually a juice and water option. And you'll also have access to the buffet and the main dining room. I can't tell you how many times people have said to me, I went on a cruise and I thought all I was able to eat was the buffet at the buffet. And it breaks my heart a little bit because the main dining room is really wonderful. The decoration is wonderful, the ambiance is great, and the food is usually really, really good. So, not everything is included, but some things are included. So know what those things are on your cruise. Gratuities are automatically added. So for Princess Cruise lines, they include their gratuities if you get the Princess Plus or the Princess Premier. Norwegian, if you get their More at Sea, that does not include the gratuities, and those are put on at the every day. You'll see that hit on your bill. So be aware that those gratuities are automatically added, and sometimes it's controversial, the gratuities. I feel some people are like, "Oh, I'm obligated to give it." Yeah, you are obligated in a way, but the crew worked so hard. Why would you not want them to have those gratuities? And some people say, well, the cruise line should make it a part of the cruise fare. And yeah, maybe, but they don't. So I'm a huge proponent on gratuities. I believe in tipping for good service. And the crew works so hard. So just keep that in mind. Gratuities are automatically added. You don't have to book an excursion through the cruise line. Many people feel like that's the only way to be able to see things. I think it's a pretty expensive way to do it. There are some safety nets in place, like if the ship won't leave a cruise line excursion, like they won't leave, the ship will not leave. So if you are running late and your bus isn't back, they're not going to leave you. So that's nice. But if you're a good planner and you work things out with the separate excursion company you're using, it's not usually a problem. So cruise line, you don't always have to go through the cruise line for your excursion. That is my tip. Another tip, bring a power strip. So this is actually one I just purchased. My kids are coming with me on my Alaskan cruise, and you'll see this power strip right there. See how it says non-surge protectant, cruise compliant, cruise on. So I went on Amazon and I found this one. It's wonderful. It'll be wonderful, but it's got the regular standard 110 and then it's got the USB and USB-Cs. So my kids will be taken care of on that cruise and be able to charge everything. So definitely bring a power strip. I actually don't think this one works for Royal Caribbean. They want the non-corded kind. Even though this isn't a surge, they are requesting that you get the ones that plug right into the outlet, just so there's no confusion, I think. So just look up whoever you're sailing with and make sure that you get the power strip or power cube that is approved by them. So my tip on formal nights. Some people like to say formal nights are not optional, but they are. You don't have to dress for the formal night. I quite enjoy dressing up, but I don't do a full tuxedo and evening gown. My husband will wear a pair of slacks, a nice fitted shirt, and a sport coat, and sometimes a tie. And then I'll wear a cocktail dress. We do go a step beyond what we would normally do, but we actually dress quite formally for almost every dinner on the cruise. I guess that's not, some would not consider that what I just described formal, but we tend to dress like that every evening. Themed dresses, I always do a themed dress. So on Virgin, they have the Scarlet Night. On Norwegian, they have the White Party. Princess, well, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't with the 90s or the 80s night. I think it's an 80s night. So that's hit and miss, but I always have my stuff ready if they do it. So yeah, I would say definitely you do you on the cruise, but it is really lovely to dress for those formal nights. Enjoy it, because I don't get the opportunity to dress when I'm at home. So it's really kind of a nice experience. My next tip is the ship is moving even if you aren't. So bring some, if you are prone to seasickness, don't book your cabin at the aft or the front of the ship. Stay in the middle and towards the bottom. That's going to be the area where you don't feel it as much, the motion of the ship. But bring some Dramamine. Take it. If you think you're going to be sick or you're feeling nauseous, the minute that hits, take that medication. And I think it's like a game changer. I really do. So be proactive with your own health in that regard, because you'll enjoy your cruise a lot more if you're not seasick. The buffet, my tip is, remember, the buffet is not the only place for the free food. Like I said, the main dining room has a lovely assortment of food. The ambiance is great. The service is really very good. So take the time to visit that main dining room. On sea days, they will sometimes have breakfast and lunch or brunch in there as well. Every cruise line does it a little bit different. Every sailing might do it a little different depending on its duration. So take the time to look at your app and figure out the hours of the main dining room on sea days and embarkation day. That's really important as well. My tip is avoid the Wi-Fi if you can. So the Wi-Fi, it's slow. My last Princess cruise, it was great, but it tends to be slower. It's not like your internet at home, and it's pricey. It's really fairly expensive. So when we go on sailings, if I have to work or my kids need access to me, I buy the Wi-Fi. I don't even think twice about it. But on those sailings where we're all together, or especially on sailings where you're at port every day and you're only really cruising and in the ocean at night as you're getting to the next port, those are the sailings I usually won't do Wi-Fi for, because I have on my cell plan, I have like the international roaming or the roaming, and then I have a C package on my cell phone as well. So look into those packages with your cell phone carrier and see what they have. But if you can avoid the internet and the Wi-Fi, do it. I would recommend it. My next tip, if you don't drink, don't buy the drink package. Don't get roped into like these all-inclusive packages. The biggest expense is the alcohol. So if you know you're not a drinker and you don't plan on drinking 5 drinks an evening, those packages might not be worth it. So just price it out, do your due diligence. You can Google how much the drinks are. You can Google how much the packages are. I mean, you should be able to even look it up on the cruise line's website, but definitely look those things up and make a smart, educated decision on your money on what you think is best. So next tip, download your cruise app. So the apps that the cruise line puts out are really great because it basically uploads the next day itinerary with the schedule, what's happening on the boat, which times are the shows, and different things like that. So definitely download that app. It will be of value to you and it'll make your sailing so much better. Don't overpack, my next tip. Don't overpack. Okay, I'm an overpacker. I always overpack and I'm unapologetic about it. But just make sure the things you're bringing are things you're going to use. So I always use my diffuser. My husband at first thought that was the most ridiculous thing I would bring on a cruise was my diffuser. But I bring the diffuser and I put lavender in it. And the lavender at night is so relaxing and he quite enjoys it now. Although he wouldn't admit it at first, but now he always asks me, did you bring the diffuser? Yes, dear, I brought the diffuser. So pack what you are going to use and you'll learn as you continue to go on more and more cruises, you'll learn what you need and what you don't need. Your cruising style takes time to figure out. So be patient and tolerant with yourself, but avoid overpacking. It just makes embarkation and when you disembark so much more enjoyable. And I think just the travel in itself, right? Much more enjoyable when you don't overpack. Sunscreen and sunglasses. My tip, make sure you bring both sunscreen and sunglasses. You have to have them. The sun, it feels so much more intense up on the Lido deck than anywhere else. Your eyes will thank you if you have your sunglasses when you go to different ports. So sunglasses and sunscreen, and it's not an option to put it on every day. So before you even leave your stateroom, lather yourself up in that sunblock. Don't allow your cruise to be ruined because you spent way too much time in the sun and didn't pay attention. So, my last tip and thing to know is that disembarkation is total chaos. I very much prefer to leave my luggage out the night before. So if you leave your luggage out the night before, there'll be instructions on how to do it. You'll get a tag to tag your luggage, but you leave it out the night before and then the stews come by and take your luggage. And after you disembark in the terminal, your luggage will be waiting for you. And they usually do this by numbers. So last time I was 36 blue. And so I just sat and waited for my 36 blue to be called. And I thought it was going to take forever because my disembarkation time was like 9:30. And they were clearing the ship by 8:45. Like everyone was getting off the ship. Like they did such a great job. And at that point, you want to get off the ship because there's nothing left to do. You can't go in the pool. You can't, there's no cocktails. You get breakfast and you're gone. So try to get the earlier disembarkation time. If you have a flight that you're trying to catch, make sure you give yourself appropriate time. I would not ever take a flight earlier than 12 noon out of my disembarkation port. I would definitely take the time to see that area in that port and give myself time just to get off the ship because you never know what's going to happen at all. And you don't want to have your vacation end because you were trying to jam stuff in too tight. So just accept the fact disembarkation is a sad day because you're leaving the cruise. And it is a bit of chaos. Expect it, be patient, be tolerant, and be kind to those around you. So those were my tips. So I hope these tips were valuable to you, especially those first-time cruisers. If you're a veteran cruiser and I left something out, put it in the comments. Help our first-time cruisers out. If you liked this video, found it enjoyable and knowledgeable, and you found value in it, please like and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you on my next cruise.